Howdy, howdy everyone. How are we doing today? I'm just getting the last of my setup done. I am running behind again for some reason. So hello everyone in the chat. We've got a big show in store for today, but I hope everyone is doing well, feeling in good moods, high spirits, and ready to enjoy what I am sure will be an interesting Sunday, Easter Sunday episode. Happy Easter, and thank you to everyone who took the time to come in here early. As always, is appreciated. So we got this set up right. Oh, you see that? A little light bleed through. There we go. That's a little better. But yeah, I hope everyone is well. Turn your makeup. I wish I had a makeup person here. What's wrong with my chat? Why is it not in the right spot? See how it's a little bit out of position? Who moved my chat? Let's get this in the right spot. I'll lock it in. Sorry to hear that, Roger. Hope you are feeling well soon. Godspeed to you. With whatever is ailing you currently. Somebody's saying mic. I don't know what's going on. My mic, my levels look... mic check, testing. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Those levels look a lot better. Maybe even a little too hot. But yeah, there we go. I'm in the car having a hard time hearing your voice. It should be better now. I think I'm coming in extra hot. I brought everything down just a hair because I'm probably going to be yelling tonight. I'm just going to warn everyone right now. I'm a little fired up, and I haven't been able to go back and reread the content that I had to read through to put together the stories. But yeah, it goes without saying I'm just a little heated right now because of it. I'm going back through to see if anyone comment about it in group chat. Adrian, I can read you great. It's Adam Exploits in the house. We got a bunch of people here today. I was doing a little one-on-one time with Adam the other day. We were talking about some OBS and thumbnails and all kinds of good stuff. Nice guy. I wish the best for his channel. If you guys haven't checked him out yet, maybe go drop him a sub. He's trying to race for that 1K mark, just like we achieved last month. I told him 400 subs in 3 months isn't that tricky. Just put out quality content. And I can't stress this enough. The cream will always rise to the top. We're gonna be talking about that a little bit later this evening too. There's I gotta watch my words. I don't want to ruffle any feathers. But no, Adrian, you're fine. Yeah, I'm giving you a hard time. I'm BSing back with you. You can hear me great. I can read you great because I can't hear you because I'm reading your comments. So internet connection looks strong this evening. We're coming at you ultra low latency. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do. And I know it's Easter. I know a lot of people are going to be busy today. If you get the opportunity to, we would always love it if you took a moment and shared this feed with somebody that you think could benefit from it. And I understand at times it can be difficult to give out, an extension of help to somebody. It's just a little bit of an odd thing to do at times, but we do appreciate when you let other people know about us, or even if you just share one of our videos that we create throughout the week. So those of you who don't know, we do a Wednesday upload each and every week. Thank you, Mindy, as always, for sharing my content. I do appreciate it. Those of you who don't know, you can click the gear icon on PC and adjust the resolution all the way up to 720p resolution. We will be working to get that up to 1080p over the next 2 weeks. But we just haven't been racing there because I feel my 720p looks pretty darn crispy right now. It's busy delivering Amazon packages today. Now, do you do FBA or are you doing MF for your Amazon? Because I'm doing 100% FBA. I don't think I've... No, I'm not even, I don't even have to think about it. I've never done an MF package once in my life. You've been flipboarded. Thank you. I appreciate that, KeyWebco. Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Work for you, USPS. I was actually recutting the intro too, but this intro file is so darn heavy because there's so much stuff going on with it. I wasn't able to get it rendered out in time. It's like a hour-and-a-half long render for this intro because there's so much, like you can see all the different animation going on screen, and I don't know the most I don't know, the most resource light way of creating certain type of animation elements. Abbreviations. I think everyone knows what MF stands for, manufacturer or merchant fulfilled, and then FBA is fulfillment by Amazon. Yeah. Yeah, there's that too. I ship out in Amazon boxes all the time. God, we got a lot to talk about too. This show's either going to be an absolute like shit show or it's going to be amazing. It's going to be one or the other. There's not going to be any in between on this one tonight. They're not that expensive. I think they're like $200 or $300, but you know, and then you get your rolls. It pays for itself, but the problem is they're not very practical. Unless you're getting the one that's cranking out the sheets, but where they're kind of almost look like honeycomb in shape. I don't know. I think traditional bubble wrap is fine. What is going on, Robert? Thanks for joining in as well. Thank you, Money for Mars. I appreciate you saying that. You know, I was getting a little disheartened. I went back earlier and looked at some of my analytics, and some of my earlier episodes, they have less than 30 views. It blows my mind going back and looking at some of them. And I have to ask myself, if I was somebody just going around on YouTube and looking to consume content, would I watch my own old episode? And the answer is no. They are bad. No good intro. The lighting was atrocious. The green screen work was poor. The video resolution was trash. It wasn't formatted to the screen correctly. But I said this to somebody yesterday. I said to somebody different today. I said, the worst video you will ever make is the one that you don't even shoot. So I know there's a lot of creators out there, even some people who are watching right now have like talked and thought and pondered about making content, or thought about making a video, or thought about doing like a digital short. Like you have a great idea of something you want to do. This is your barrier to entry right here, as a camera. That's all you need. Just go shoot something and make it. You'll be kicking yourself if you don't. Those what ifs and those coulda, shoulda, wouldas are the worst. They'll consume you. So just make garbage videos. Make garbage backgrounds, but be conscious and make a real effort to improve over time. Don't be one of those people that just has no desire to get any better. Let's close some background software as well. Make everything run a little bit faster on the computer. Hello, Carolee. I love it when you guys show up. I know today's Easter too. I know you guys are all busy. I was also going through and looking at the absolute nonsense that is horrible people leaving dislikes on my video. And there's certain videos I've noticed that are being targeted for that. And you know, there's really amazing videos that I put out that people are doing it too as well, and it boggles my mind. Boggles my mind that people would do that. And I think I know who it is too, which is even more disappointing too. I think we got a snake in the grass, but these things happen sometimes. eBay portion, that's like 90% of the show. Adam, you're going to be here all night. And we got some great pickups tonight. I got some really unique items. Every week I'd like to think I come in with some really unique stuff. Haters gonna hate. That's right, Mindy. I would pay good money to see you in a shirt that says that. Like inside of like an antique mall, just, you know, rocking like a bright pink shirt that says haters gonna hate on the front of it. I'll even pay for the shirt. It'd be fantastic. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about. I'm really angry right now. I got a lot of things to be angry about, and this eBay thing is it's going to be interesting. I want more water. We need more than that. Yes. So how's everyone doing today? You guys having a great day? You guys having a fun time? Amazing day in yourself. I am in between right now. In between. I mean, here's the thing. It's Easter Sunday. I have an infinite number of reasons to be happy in life right now. But it's been an odd week, especially as a content creator. It's odd. There's just some stuff going on. Yeah. But I'll tell you the same thing I've told everyone else. Just whatever you do, just try your hardest. Just try. And as long as you are being the best version of you that you can possibly be, and as long as you are being as selfless as you can possibly be, and you come from a point of integrity and honesty, everything will always work itself out. And those who are imposters, those who are unwilling to admit that they are pretending to be good people, but they're actually evil people, their day will always come. So I'm going to focus on being the best version of me that I can be, and do my best not to allow other people's evil to consume my time and my mind, and focus on why I'm here, which is all of you, the people who do actually care. So we're gonna make today a great day, even though it's late in the day. We're gonna make it a great day. I did more work on the intro, did more work on the outro. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next outro. This will be the last week that you're gonna see this intro or this outro. It's gonna be the last one you're gonna see of it, and then we're gonna be coming up with a whole new one. So. What is the hazmat question? Since this is the sharing portion of the shoe, I assume you mean show, I'm going to drop my link in the channel. Those of you who don't know, Adam Exploits, he does interviews with other resellers, possibly other personalities as well. Adam, are you going to have me on your show this week? Because I know we were talking about doing something. So, you know, I'd love it if people checked him out. And then also, we got Fat Girl Sewing in the house as well. Check her out too. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I love seeing the numbers spike right before we go live. And those of you coming in at the last minute, I'm appreciative of you. But we do have some interesting talks beforehand as well. And you should definitely come check out our inner circle too, both of you guys. You know, our Bolarama program, it's not just for like the monetary end of things, which obviously I appreciate, but we have a really, really cool like back end where people hang out and chit chat and stuff like that all the time. I'm like 99% sure she has a channel. Let me check. That or she's just an incredibly nice and selfless person. Yeah, she has a channel, 84 subscribers. Where I see some bulk liquidation unboxing, some jewelry organization. Somebody go give her some views. You need some views. Putting up a 40-minute video and getting 3 views breaks my heart. Don't give up. Don't give up. Yeah, Adam, definitely available. I have free time most mornings. So I'm over here Pacific Standard. I think you're Central, so I'm like 1 or 2 ahead of you. But yeah, most mornings I'm available. Is there a certain way you have to ship hazmat shipments? Is it via ground UPS? It depends on the type of product. Depends on the type of hazmat we're discussing. But generally, most hazmat goes ground. Are we going to clutch this, guys? Are we going to clutch this intro? Are we going to nail it? Are we going to get it first try? Is the music going to work this week? Oh, Adam, send me an MP3. I'll put it on one of my podcasts. There we go. Yeah. Okay, guys. Let's rock and roll this. No more. None of these bollocks. Let's get this party started. It's that time again. What is going on, guys? This is Jay Kraft with the Facebook group All Around Pickers Lounge, coming at you live from beautiful Bakersfield, California. Today is April 21st, 2019, and we're here again for this week's Sunday Reseller Roundup, which will soon be known as the Reseller Roundup. We're not going to be switching days on you or anything, but we just want to do a little bit of a rebrand. My name is Jay Kraft, the one, the only. I do a little bit of e-commerce and I enjoy shooting YouTube videos, but beyond that, we're going to be taking a look at some incredible news that happened over this week. First up, we're going to be talking about Devin Wenig and the absolute nonsense that he had the audacity to put into print and send out to the shareholders this week, and why I'm so disgusted and infuriated with some of the things that I read. I will do my best to keep my cool this week. On top of that, we're going to be taking a look at some changes that happened tax-wise on both eBay and Amazon. There's going to be a bunch of new little details that everyone's going to want to know, and we're going to do our best to make sure that we keep you in the know and that you know all the details regarding that. And then on top of that, we're going to be taking a look at some fun news as well as all the items that I picked up during the week. It's going to be a good time today, and I want to thank everyone who took the time to be here, and most importantly, we have a few special thank yous. I want to thank Mindy and Pam, our admins for the evening, for making sure that the chat not only functions, which it appears to be broken right now, but also to ensure that we don't have to deal with any nonsense, or as Mindy would like to call them, haters, who might drop into the show this evening. So thank you to the two of you. And then also another extra special thank you to our newest patron, Allie, for coming in and joining us as well. Your patronage is always appreciated. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we will come full circle and explain what Patreon is shortly. Real quick though, we're going to take a moment, try and fix this chat window, because I think it's fetching it from somewhere and it just does not want to work. There we go. Awesome. And thank you, Mindy, too, for giving it that extra little push. So tonight, you guys will notice we are going sponsor free. We are doing that just for journalistic integrity, because some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about tonight is going to be a little bit colorful. And I wouldn't want to disparage any brands that I've worked with in the past, so we will not be having any sponsors during the show this week. We will be mentioning them towards the end, the ones that we have worked with in the past, but I want to make it very clear they are not affiliated in any way with the topics or stories that we will be talking about this evening. So, First off, I guess happy Easter to everyone who's here today. We're not going to get into the religious aspect of things of it, but go paint some eggs and see your family if you have that. And if you're like me and you don't, thanks for tuning in tonight. I'll be your company, I'll be your family, I'll be your brother, your uncle, whomever you want me to be for the evening. And we're going to talk about some news. But before we even get into the heavy stuff with the news, I wanted to give you a little bit of update on what did happen this week. There's a few things that did happen. If you missed out on last week's show, we talked about eBay doing unlimited listings. We talked about some Romanian hackers that got locked up for hacking the site and doing millions upon millions of dollars worth of damages. And then we also talked about the shopping habits of teens, that new age habituated consumers, what a fun phrase to use, and how they're migrating all over to Amazon and how it could spell disaster for brands like eBay, Posh, Mercari, Bonanza, and heck, even other ones that we know personally. So the buying habits are important. So if you missed out on last week's show, definitely make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Go back to the video section and check that out and watch last week's show. I promise you, even a week-old show, 2-week-old show, anything within the last 30 days, it's all relevant and definitely worth watching. On top of that, we had 2 extra appearances from you this week. We had the iPad 2019 selling tutorial. If you've never listed it on iPad, you can learn how to list items in under 2 minutes per item. It's very, very quick. The tutorial is 40 minutes in length, but I promise you're going to walk away with some information you've never heard before. Thank you to Lee N for subscribing. You are subscriber number 1161. I will send you a tiny certificate. I appreciate you. Thank you, though, for that. And on top of that, I was hanging out, doing a working hangout with Landshark Picker. I had to look up because I know him as Craig. I always forget his username, but Landshark Picker, me and him did a video together this week. We covered a bunch of interesting issues. So if you're looking for something else to play in the background, I know some of you guys, you watch this, you play it in the background while you're doing your other work, and I appreciate you for that. But if you want an extra hour or two of me, go check out Landshark Picker's channel and check out the video that me and him did together. So this week was an interesting one, to say the least. I found myself at the swap meet a couple of times, and even one of them was on a date. Feel free to ask me about that later. I think it's a great way to be able to test the waters to see if a woman has that type of compatibility you're looking for as a reseller, as an entrepreneur, is to take them out on a date and take them straight to the swap meet. And I have to admit, it was a first date. Kind of got to have a little bit of, to go with that kind of move, but why not? Why not figure it out early? But the swap meet was interesting. It was so beautiful out there, and it's rare that I say that because, you're usually in the middle of a dirt field, but this week was a bit different because we actually had the monarch migration coming through Bakersfield. I don't know if you can see it on that photo, but right on top of that little touching whatever panel game that we have there, there's a monarch that landed on there. And we're not talking about a handful of monarchs. We're talking that I can sit there at the swap meet or even open up my front door and I can see hundreds of them every single hour flying by. So it was an absolutely beautiful experience out there. The weather was fantastic. It was reported that it was going to be 93 degrees today when they talked about on Wednesday, which is just insanely hot for so early in the season. But we actually got an entire weekend of 77 degrees here, and I managed to pick up some really great scores. And then from there, I went back to Woolworths again, and I saw that little television clock that I wanted again, and I still didn't buy it because I can't justify spending $95 on it. It's just a little bit absurd. But I will say, if you're out here in the Central Valley area and you want to do some fantastic picking and some fantastic exploring, and you want to see the beautiful monarchs as they migrate down to Mexico, now is the best time to do that. If you're down in the LA area, or if you're up in towards the Sacramento area, I strongly recommend you come down and check out our part of town. Again, thank you to everyone who is here tonight. We did mention Patreon earlier. Those of you who don't know, Patreon is a program where people like you can support people like me and get fantastic perks as well. The support for this helps cover equipment like microphones and lights and backdrops and assets and new shirts. Boy, have I been needing some of these for a little while, so I'm happy to have gotten some because, let's be honest, gray and wine gets a little bit boring after a while. So I got a few new shirts as well. But thank you to all of our patrons, our Patreon members. An extra special thank you to Pam, Matthew, Pamela, Ashley, and Joe, and our newest patron, Allie, for helping out as well. So, what are we going to be talking about tonight, guys? This may be the last time you see me give you a genuine smile tonight because... So, first up in the news tonight, Devin Wenig's 2019 shareholder letter. Those of you who haven't taken the time to read it, you may want to. It's a little bit disgusting, but I've taken a bit of a moment to help everyone out, and I pulled down some of the key bullet points regarding the letter, things that I felt that were worth talking about. So we're going to be spending a little bit of time reading some of the excerpts, and I promise you there's not going to be that many. And if this picture on the screen starts disturbing you, let me know and we'll do something about it. But it's very important that I get some feedback from you guys regarding your thoughts on this. And I want to start out by saying, because I guess there's been some confusion, I love eBay. And I know that sounds a little bit wild and crazy. People see me, trying to crucify him and put him up against the wall and, demand answers and justice for the atrocities that are going on right now. But eBay has provided me with a really high quality of life. It's given me an opportunity to be a reseller. It's given me an opportunity to have a platform here to be able to talk with you, to be able to have news to cover. It's been a wonderful opportunity for me. But that does not mean that they get a free pass in my eyes. Journalistic integrity is very important to me, and I even had somebody bring that into question because we have sponsors like Prairie Grid, and we do work with other companies as well, and someone had asked if my coverage would be biased or slanted because of that, and I said no. I've reported badly against pirate ship, I've reported badly against, or I've reported things that could negatively impact brands like Prairie Grid as well. So it's very important that I am critical of brands like eBay and brands like Amazon. When they do good things, great, they get my praise, and when they do bad things, guess what? They're going to get my wrath. And when you do something particularly stupid, like cranking out a letter that's absurd as this one, you're going to get the full blunt of my wrath. And frankly, I hope this makes its way through, and I hope that people watch this, okay, comment on this and talk with other people about this, because this is really, really infuriating to me. Roger, if you weren't fresh out the hospital, I'd be wondering why you're asking such an off-color question right now. He's asking, what is my shirt size? And the answer is large. So Mindy says, I have a love-hate relationship with eBay. It's been a bit abusive relationship lately. That is a fantastic way to put it. And I do hope that everyone's experience improves on eBay. And you know what? I've even thought about the idea of writing an open letter to eBay regarding this as well. Give me 1 second, guys, really quick. I'm sorry, I got to check something. And then we're going to roll right into it. Now, I want everyone, as I said, to come join me in the discussion regarding our thoughts on eBay as I go through some of these topics. Really nice of eBay to jam an ad in my face regarding an item that I was looking up earlier. Give me 1 second, guys. Why am I being directed to the DMs when there's no DM to read? Okay, so moving on. Okay, I would love your input while we are talking about this, guys. Let me get all my stuff back in place. The first part of the letter that I got, and I have 3 excerpts I'm going to read for you, and we're going to talk about them a bit, and then we're going to cover the key bullet points below that. Devin, this is Devin's words that he used himself in this letter that went out to everyone. It was a written letter, not a verbal one like I'm presenting it to you now. We are innovating, investing, and transforming the business not only to win in the marketplace, but also to level the playing field for tens of millions of people who operate on our platform and depend on it for their livelihood. What are you talking about? Okay, this is one of the biggest points of contention that a lot of people have had, is that the playing field is not a level one. It is a very unlevel one. And when we look at certain aspects of how eBay has been run, why is there so much secrecy regarding things that are happening on other brands of eBay? When we go to the eBay China site and eBay Hong Kong site and eBay Brazil, why is so much of the information on lockdown for people who are not part of that country? How much does it cost to list an item in China right now? What are the final value fees in China? How many free listings are you being given? When we go to the China eBay site, the amount of resources on the site to assist sellers is astronomical. Everything from how to source, how to get your inventory into America, the cheapest ways to get it across the boat. managing your inventory, management training. There is so many resource files on the site. It is disgusting. And when we look at what we're presented with over here, okay, oh, you want to be able to look up prices on stuff. And it wasn't until there was a bunch of pushback before Terapeak became free. Oh, you want to have a better looking back end page so that way you can better manage your money and manage your finances and see when your listings end. Oh, guess what? You better start paying for that as well. Okay. Why is it that so many of the premium services that sellers like ourselves need cost so much in America? Okay. Concierge. I want to talk to somebody in America. Why does that cost so much for me to be able to talk to a representative who lives in my country? I don't understand it. And then I see the amount of perks that other sellers are getting in other countries that we aren't getting here. Okay? When I go online and I'm looking for an item, I don't care what it is. I don't care. It could be anything. If I want these really chintzy garbage light bulbs that I bought thinking that they would be a great replacement for this over here, okay? When I type in color changing bulb, what are the first 50 out of 100 results? What are the first 90 out of 100 results? Okay? They're going to be Chinese products, okay? From China and Japan. And you know what? They're garbage. This is garbage. I can't even use them, okay? They're worse than the worst nightlight that I've ever owned in my life. They are trash, but that's what populates the top of the list. When we talk about wanting to be on an even playing field, here in our own country, in America, why is the American seller not receiving priority representation? The sellers that have the highest likelihood of satisfying the customer's needs, getting the item to them on time, getting them the exact item the way it needs to be described. Why? Because it's being described by a native speaker in the native language. Okay? And offering a highest level of customer service. Why? Because there is no language barrier. American listings should represent 90% of the page one results here in America. I shouldn't have to click an option that says North America only and then go even further to make sure that the items that I'm buying are being sold by American people, not just being lied to about it. Has anyone gone on there recently? Click that tab and then you go to check where the item's coming from, and it doesn't say that it's coming from Fresno, California, New York, Fargo, North Dakota. It doesn't say that. You know what it says? Varying locations across America. What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay? That means that it's coming from a warehouse that eBay has assisted Chinese sellers to get their inventory over here, to onshore it through the company SpeedPack, working with Citibank and eBay to be able to help them get their inventory here. How is it that anyone with a straight face can say that eBay gives any bit of concern about us everyday sellers and the thing is, I wouldn't even be so upset if it wasn't for the simple fact that it was people like me, people like you, who work their asses off for the last 15, 20 years to be able to make the platform what it is right now. If it wasn't for people like us finding quality secondary market goods and putting them online for prospective buyers to be able to get antiques, collectibles, glassware, real Americana type products is what built the eBay brand. But now, getting swept under the damn rug. And it really fires me up. It really does. Because I want to be able to go to eBay Open and go there positively and go there happy and say, you know what? I gave them my $450 to be here because I respect this company, because this company has my back and I want to be able to give back to them for what they've given to me. Now, obviously, I said before, I'm in a very fortunate position. I'm very happy that the company eBay exists because it's a big portion of my livelihood. It's the same reason why you're here now too. But that doesn't mean that I have to settle for substandard performance and results from the CEOs and executives that run that company. We need to demand more, and we need transparency. That's what I put on the thumbnail. I want to know why my listings are indexing below Chinese listings when my search words and my metrics are better than any of those other sellers out there. Why is that? Why are we settling for that? And then on top of that, why are we paying more for that? Okay? eBay is looking to make advertising $1 billion brand for their company. They want to generate $1 billion worth of revenue on advertising year over year. $1 billion. Who do you think's paying that? Do you think it's the Chinese sellers? The Japanese sellers, do you think they're paying the $1 billion? Nope. It's us right here. We're footing the bill for that. Why? So that we can have a competitive advantage and be, I don't know, 25 spots higher, but still blended in with the rest of the Chinese results? It doesn't seem fair at all. And this is just the first excerpt of this paragraph. I'm going to read through some comments here. Mindy, China is 100% right. Lee says, been selling for 17 years on eBay. Clothing, have over 1,000 listings, usually sell 15 to 20 listings on a weekend. Last 2 weekends, 4 items. Last weekend, 3. This is crazy. You're not alone. And the thing is, I don't like talking about my sales when my sales are down, okay? When my sales are down and people find comfort in saying, well, if Jay's sales are down, that makes sense why my sales are down. And we're talking about the length of your ladder and the amount of reach that you have. Sometimes we get very complacent and we compare our ability to succeed off of where we came from before, or we compare our ability to succeed off the level of success that other people have. Okay? The reality is we're competing against ourselves, but right now we're competing against eBay as well. You as a fellow seller, I'm not competing against you. I feel like I'm playing blackjack right now. I'm only playing against the dealer. I'm not playing against the people to my sides anymore. My competition does not matter to me within this space. I need to know what I need to do to be able to beat the dealer, and eBay's the dealer, and not only are they the one in charge of all the chips, they're stacking the cards in their favor, and the other people next to me, they're throwing out aces and face cards nonstop is what it feels like. So when you say your sales are down, it pains me because I know my sales are down. I know other people's sales are down. And where's the explanation for it? Where is it? I had somebody in another group the other day say, well, if you're a top-rated seller or a power seller, you get priority ranking. Prove it. Show me. Show me the listing. Show me how that happens. Show me in the terms of services. She pulls up this little tiny itty-bitty excerpt. And I have all the screenshots. I'll show you. She pulls up the little itty-bitty thing. It says you get a special badge, a prominent badge placed on your listing to indicate to other people how good of a seller you are. I said, that doesn't mean your rank is any better. You read that word wrong. It's not prominent placement, okay? It's a prominent badge. And you know what? That badge used to mean something. It used to give you preferred rank. Your sell-through used to mean something. But now it goes to the highest bidder, or the company that's, I guess, capable of moving obscene amounts of volume. Cheesehead Treasures, thank you for the $10. It is greatly appreciated. That will fuel my passion for this next segment. And here's the thing, we're not over on this, guys. I got a lot going. But it means the world to me. And I'm going to come full circle, and I'm going to thank you again. I don't want to lose this passion right now. I'm going to read some of these comments. And Lee, I'm there with you. And I want to do a survey with people. I want to talk with people about this. Adam says, yep, it takes 6 weeks for delivery when you're getting your items international. Pat, welcome. Perfect Finds, I think it's over when... Perf, Callie says, I think over time, when enough low-quality items are sold, buyers will stop buying cheap China items. You know what? I think we're going to hit a point of super saturation. And I know that seems a little bit weird, but the market can only handle so many items. And when the baby boomer generation is no longer with us, I think we're going to hit a critical mass where certain things are simply not going to be needed. And I think over the next, and this is like a bit of a far out speculation, within the next 200 years, 300 years, there may even come some regulations as far as the quantity of specific types of goods that can be made simply due to overabundances or shortages of goods. I don't feel that the market will be able to regulate itself, and I think that a higher entity may have to regulate overabundance productions of nonsense goods. It's a little bit crazy, but I kind of feel that way. Let me catch up on the rest of these. Pat says, I'm a top-rated seller, but I don't think it... Nope, you do not get priority ranking for that. And then I asked her to prove it, and we went back and forth. And she said, well, you need to prove that that doesn't exist. And I said, I am not going to entertain you by sitting here and attempting to disprove a negative. I am not going to do that for you today. You came up with that statement. You read it somewhere. You believed it. Okay? You need to be very careful where you get your assistance from online. There is a lot false prophets out there giving out bad information that can cost your business money. She was advising people to sell items below cost and lose money on them. So that way they could increase their sales volume and in turn sell more items online. We went back and forth on this over and over, and you know what she did? She blocked me. Okay? She blocked me. And that was that. Roger says, we're paying for listings that don't show to buyers so they can fund their Chinese investments and put their products across the top of our page, even when you funnel a buyer to look at your item. That's true and disgusting. I have verified evidence to show that items are being suppressed. I have screenshots to prove it. I have video capture recorded, and it was going to come out on my eBay Revealed Part 2 video. That video, my trailer, has gotten so much hate, so much, over a 50% disapproval rating so far on that video, and it pains me. I know there's some people out there who know me who are attacking my channel right now, and it's disgusting because they're sitting by and they would rather be self-serving and rather be submissive to the things that eBay is doing rather than raising their voice and taking a stand for something once in their life. It annoys me so much. And I'm going to get back on topic here. Thank you to all the positive things. And yes, I am breathing, Mindy. I appreciate it. Drink a little bit of water. Thank you again, Cheesehead Treasures. I do appreciate it. If you're enjoying this friendly discussion, feel free to click that like button. Next quote, unlike other digital commerce businesses, we do not compete with our sellers and we refuse to compromise the shopping experience to push quote-unquote house brands and irrelevant posts. That is a lie. Now, this was a direct stab at Jeff Bezos and the statement that he put out a week and a half ago regarding growth in GMV for their company in contrast to eBay. The stab is saying that Amazon, because they have Amazon Basics, their own in-house company, which frankly is a high-quality company. They make an amazing product. I'm not going to lie. Look at their pure synthetic oil as an example. Okay. If you've ever used high quality oil, there's another oil called, I think it's called Molly Plus, something like that. It's $15 for like a quart and a half, comparative to, I think, $30 for 5.5 quarts of Amazon Basic. And Amazon Basics Pure Synthetic smoked the premium competitor. They put out a good product, but I get what they're saying. That they're competing against their own sellers. They're not only are they acquiring brands, acquiring stock, undercutting other wholesalers. Sure, all these things are happening on the platform. But you know what? I don't care because they've created a platform that allows people like me to move product at an accelerated pace comparative to eBay. And I've said this before, if you're not selling on Amazon yet, you have to get your butt over there. 51 cents out of every dollar on e-commerce passes through Amazon. I want a slice of that action. What percentage passes through eBay? I get it. They're number 2 globally as far as volume, but what are they actually selling on the site? Are you selling stuff on the site? Because I'm not selling at the volume that I used to sell on that site. Millions of small businesses and consumers sell only on eBay. That's a lie. I believe it's because of our purpose and policies. This matters to customers. We fundamentally object. I'm sorry, something popped up on my darn screen. We fundamentally object to unnaturally bundling services to overcome barriers to competition. At eBay, we empower third-party sellers to thrive, which actually serves consumers seeking value and selection. We are a benchmark on this. We always have been. Does eBay look like the benchmark? Do they look like the gold standard for serving the consumer? No. I have no problem with eBay putting out a little bit of a fluff piece and, making the shareholders a little bit happy, but don't lie to me, okay? There's no reason to lie to me. This mission has been a driving force for us for the last 2 decades and is still what inspires us every day. As an example, we are proud of our work in reinvigorating small business through the launch of our Retail Revival Initiative. As part of the program, we partner with select cities to bring the local brick and mortar businesses online, providing access to new customers around the world. Now, here's the thing, guys, okay? We talked about this before. We talked about the retail revival, and I told you, I'm going to do an in-depth teardown on what's going on. But what I haven't told you so far is I'm going very deep with this. I'm contacting the mayor of Akron, and I'm going to speak with him, whether it be via email, whether it be over the phone. And I have recorded phone conversations with consent with one of the top sellers of the retail revival program within Akron. Would it blow your mind to know that that person had already been selling for over 10 years and is one of the most successful sellers in the entire area, probably within about 200 or 300 miles? Would it shock you to know that his numbers were used as a reflection of the total numbers? Would it shock you to know that more than 50% of the companies who started on eBay are completely gone, closed, no longer represented on eBay? Would it blow your mind even further if I told you, get ready for this, 100% of the companies that participated in the retail revival program were failures? I'm not talking 98. I'm not saying that there was one success in there across all of Akron, Ohio. 100% of the companies have failed. All of them. And I have the proof that I can show every single one of you. I have the spreadsheets, I have the data, I have the store links. I created a massive spreadsheet to be able to provide all the answers for everyone. It is ridiculous what's going on. Akron? Okay, you know what? Akron, Ohio. It's regional. I don't live in your area, but it blows my mind. And then this is what is being served to the shareholders. They're saying, hey, we care about small business. We're helping small business find their place here on eBay. We care about connecting communities with the online e-commerce experience. No, you don't. You just want to look good. You want to look good to the shareholders. You want to look good to the community. Like you actually care about the small everyday seller, the person who just has a box full of candles and they want to start their own little business and they want to sell stuff online. You don't care. You went down there and you picked 100 people, kind of picked them at random, whoever wanted to do it. And then you picked, this is what they don't tell you, you picked a handful of other people who were already selling. Oh, and these handful of people are also small business ambassadors. Oh, and these handful of people are also part of the concierge service. And these handful of people also attended eBay Open last year. And then you took their numbers and then you integrated them in with the total numbers that everyone else did. And then you presented that number to the mayor. You lied to the mayor. And then you presented that information to your shareholders. You lied to your shareholders. I see a little bit of a problem with that. And now I do want to clarify, because I have to be very mindful of the statements that I'm saying right now. To the best of my knowledge, through the research I've done, I believe all of this to be 100% factual. I don't feel that there's anything that I'm stretching the truth on based on all of the investigative work that I have done. And I have, not only have I gone as far as to record myself during the entire discovery process. I had a camera here on my desk and I recorded myself 100% of the time. I also recorded my screen the entire time as well. So, in the event you want to sue me, I have all the documentation to prove the fact that I was doing everything in my power to be forthright and honest with everyone that I'm speaking with right now. Be transparent, eBay. We deserve answers. After that, they went a little bit further, and they kind of hit us with a little more fluff. We have some key categories: innovation, payments, geographic expansion, StubHub, eBay Classified, capital allocation, a capital allocation, and the employee experience, which, man, that gets me fired up. And you're going to see why. And I want to thank everyone here, everyone who's watching still. I understand we're going through some heavy stuff right now, and I understand I'm a little angry, but I think I'm angry for good reason. I think I have a leg to stand on with this one. I really, really do. Don't mind me. I'm shuffling some of my windows, guys. I want to make sure that I can see everything that I need to see and that nothing's going to be breaking while I'm talking. So they touched base on innovation. And we had some key things that they spoke about. First one was adding platforms innovations like Seller Hub. We had a Seller Hub. I don't understand that. The new one had to come out because we had taxes. Now, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the ability to be able to change information on the fly, like buy it now and pricing. I'll give you the nod for that. That's something that should have happened 10 years ago. The site is exceptionally dated, and the coding that it's running on is archaic as all life. The amount of money you're making right now, I understand. A site overhaul is going to cost you $200 million or so to get done, but apparently we're flowing in the money. We're paying dividends back to shareholders. We got Elliott Management coming in and dropping $1 billion+ buying shares. We got money. Burn it. Make the site better. Okay? Make improvements that improve the user experience for the sellers before you improve the user experience for the buyers. Price match guarantee. Has anyone used price match guarantee? Has anyone here purchased an item on eBay, found it cheaper later within the same site, and got your 110% price match guarantee? I haven't. Okay, that's just not something that's happening for me. eBay Authenticate. Has anyone used eBay Authenticate? Have you sent in a handbag? Have you sent in a watch? Have you had anything verified through eBay Authenticate? No. Again, it's another service and feature that we don't want and we didn't ask for. Sure, I guess there's that small little bit of people that can benefit from this, okay? But it's not happening. Square Capital. Ooh! And the thing is, I get I'm being hyper animated about this, but you should have seen me when I was reading this letter the first time through. I was fuming with the things that I was reading. They're selling us Square Capital like it's something that's like a great big deal for us. That, yes, awesome. We get an exact same thing, like, you know, the word working capital, the thing that PayPal offers. And now they're buddy with Square, and they're offering us working capital over there, just calling it Square Capital. Whoop-dee, guess who makes money on that? eBay makes money on that. They get a cut of that revenue. They're not just saying like, hey, check this out. How many of you got a letter in the mail from eBay this week? I got a letter in the mail. Daniel got a letter in the mail. And it was regarding, guess what? Square Capital. You know what I did with that bad boy? Whew, straight in the trash. Okay? And yes, Jane, we are going to be talking about gender equality because Devin Wenig felt it important to include it in this letter. He felt it important when he went and spoke at his college. He did a 1-hour interview with his college. He felt it very important to mention gender equality there, pay equality there, LGBTQT rights and equality there. So unfortunately, we're going to have to talk about it tonight. And the thing is, I do my absolute best to stay away from political issues. But when you bring them right here and you get them right in my face like this, guess what? I have to talk about it. Lee says they should be authenticating items from China. They let fake polos on and Timblers, etc. Yeah, they do. They let it happen. And you know what? I think that eventually something's going to happen about that. But who knows? Who knows? I don't know. LMNOP. Thank you, Jane. I appreciate that. And for the people, again, who are tuning in and you're enjoying my passion, thank you. Pat says, I've used PayPal Capital loans more than once. I got the Square loan letter too, and I threw it away also. The best thing about that letter was the beautiful little black and white logo in the corner. If they had sent me an empty envelope and said, hey, you can use this envelope as, you know, something you want to send out. If you have a customer you want to send something to, I would have been all for that. That would have been fantastic. Okay, so we talked about the Square Capital. Nonsense. No one needs it. No one wants it. Let me make sure my mic isn't going to fall down here, guys. I'm moving this thing too much. Okay, there we go. The next thing they talked about, promoted listings. And we harped on this earlier. I talked about this earlier. This does not make me happy. Okay? They want to make promoted listings one of their biggest sources of new revenue coming into the next year. They want to make $1 billion. $1 billion on promoted listings. They want to take an extra $1 billion of our money. Okay? I just can't right now. I can't do it. The next thing they talked about was payments. Okay? Payments. Because you all know that we're moving over to Audion, right? That's happening by 2020. And remember what we talked about first. It was called, what did they call it? They called it integrated payments. They wanted to make it seem, you know, like it was all one little happy family with the payment situation. Now what do they call it? Managed payments. Oh, we're not together. No. We're not doing everything. We're not a monopoly. We are not a monopoly. We are just simply managing the payments. We are not integrated with the payments, because that was an issue before. Remember when we were doing the thing with PayPal? Just too much power, too much going on. We had to separate the companies. Now we're just managing the payments right now. So they released some numbers, and I found them to be very, very interesting. How much money do you think went through integrated payments so far? Because what they do the rollout about a year ago? Okay, about a year ago they did the rollout. How much? Let's go in and ask for a percentage. I've gone ahead and done the math. Okay, last year the GMV, gross merchandise volume, for eBay was 95 billion with the B dollars. A lot of volume. Okay, a lot of volume. What percentage of that do you think is integrated payments? And remember, integrated payments includes Google Pay, it includes Apple Pay, okay? It includes credit and debit through the Audion program. What percent do you feel was integrated or managed payments? Would it shock you to know that only, and I say only as a small number in contrast to 95 billion, 142 million of that was integrated payments? That is 0.149%. 1/15 of a percent. 0.149. 0.149. Okay? And this is what they're telling the shareholders. Okay? 142 million of 95 billion. And they're fluffing it up. They're saying it like it's the best thing ever. Whoop-dee! We did it. We did it, guys. We got it working. And remember what they're doing. They're doing this so that they can help you save money. And you can keep more money in your pocket by using integrated payments. So I learned the other day, because with PayPal, what are we paying? 2.9% plus 30 cents? Could be more. I don't know. No one really knows. No one checks. No one goes through and does the math. What's Audion? What's the integrated payment price? 2.7%. Who cares? Who cares? 0.2% doesn't mean anything. They did some geographic expansion as well. Thank God I get to take a breather right now. I didn't have an opportunity to research this farther. Frankly, I didn't care. I don't think anyone else does. They reopened eBay India after they sold their share of Flipkart out. They owned a whole bunch of Flipkart and they sold it. They relaunched eBay India. It was the second time it rolled out. Failed the first time. They also did an acquisition of a company called Geosis, and in Japan, Q0010.jp is another brand that they acquired as well. It's just more mergers and acquisitions. Kudos to them if they're good companies. Frankly, don't care on those ones. StubHub and eBay Classifieds, they acquired motors.co.uk, which I'm impressed by. It's a very, very big brand in the UK, one of the top websites, if not the top website for purchasing cars over there. So it was a big, big acquisition. It's more towards the classified end of things. They talked a little bit about the shareholder numbers and the growth numbers with StubHub. They said it was a record year, helping consumers be able to work to sell tickets, yada, yada, yada. Those of you who don't know, the online ticket market is something that everyone should take a deep dive look into. It's mainly ticket resellers. Most people on StubHub aren't somebody who happened to have extra tickets and then jumped on there and sold it. It's usually people going to the website, buying 150 or 200 of a specific ticket, gouging the market, and then taking those tickets and flipping them out onto StubHub and trying to turn a profit on them. They also paired up with Gumtree UK, which will work with eBay Motors UK. Cool. Next one. Capital allocations. This is very interesting, the way that they put this together. They said it was their first ever dividend with 11% share buyback. They said buy back another $5 billion in shares by 2019. And the whole thing too is they said that this is like the first time that they're going to be paying dividends, and the people who have shares can actually profit on their shares. But that statement doesn't really mean anything, because if you're a shareholder and you own your own shares, you can sell your shares at any time. I mean, it's great that eBay is buying back some of their shares because they don't own much of them at this point, and committing to buy $5 billion worth. I'll tip my hat for that. That is a lot of shares to buy back. But let's be honest, who made that decision? Did eBay make that decision, or did Elliott Management make that decision? Okay? Elliott Management's doing some things to try and help things. And now, oh boy, it's spicy. We're going to have to talk about this one. In the employee experience, diversity and inclusion. Great place for, and quote, great place for LGBTQ workers. They received a 100% rating on the 2019 Human Rights Index as far as their gender pay equality equity. Okay. Hello, Allie. We gave you a special greeting earlier in the show. You missed some really hot stuff earlier too. So 99.8% gender pay equity. What does that basically mean? That basically means that that men and women receive almost the same amount of money. Cool. I think that's the way that it should be globally, and I don't think that anyone should be patting themselves on the back for that. I also want to, while I am here, state that the gender pay gap is a myth. Okay? If you've ever heard that whole 73 cents on the dollar for every dollar that a man earns, that is a complete lie, because what they've done is they've taken an aggregate of all of the jobs that are held by men and all of the jobs that are held by women. They got the average pay for each, okay? And then they compared those two numbers, and that's how they deduce that. So we have jobs like, I don't know, men working in the military being compared to women working in childcare. And male engineers or female engineers being compared to other nondescript jobs. And that disparity in the pay has to do with the fact that there are certain jobs that women aren't going to want to do, that have a very high risk associated with them, and in turn they pay more money. So we're talking things like coal mining, being a garbage man, embalmers, just things that, military, frontline military. Okay, and thank you to all our military, male and female. But there's certain things that have a predominant amount of men working in them, and certain things that have a predominant amount of women working in them. And because of that, we see disparities. Okay, it's not odd to think that if 90% of people who work within childcare are female, and 99.5% of people who work frontline military are men, and one job pays 2.5 times as much as the other job because of the risk and or necessary skill set to be able to do that, that's how we get these oddball averages going on. So they're patting themselves on the back. They're in tech. It's not a big deal. Tech as a whole has the lowest level of disparity across the board. But you know what really rubs me wrong? Okay? You know what really, really rubs me wrong? Is that they're talking about equality in pay. Okay? We're talking about it here domestically. And yes, Jane, thank you. You took the words right out of my brain. And I will be happy to go deeper on that sometime in the future. You know what we need to talk about? It's another one of those skeletons in the closet. It's another one of those inconvenient, dirty truths that no one wants to talk about. We need to talk about how much people make at call centers in India. Because this ties in, okay? Are we all equal? Does eBay look at all employees the same? Don't talk to me about equality here in America if you're not going to be concerned about the equality of the employees that you have working for you in India and Malaysia and in the Philippines, those people over there, because we're either all equal or none of us are equal. This was taken from Forbes.com/the culture shock of India's call center. This article will be available on our back page. Quote, Krishna thinks that a job at a call center is the key to tying the knot. In India, the customer service jobs are known to be respectable and well-paying, enough to give Krishna the income and the title to become a suitable bachelor. While a typical wage earner earns about 5,000 rupees a month, a call center employee takes in as much as 15,000 rupees per month. That's a lot, right? 15,000 rupees per month as a call center employee. Now, obviously, we have to work with the averages, okay? We don't know eBay's numbers, what they pay their average employee, but it would be far-fetched to think that they would be paying above the industry standard. No one has ever talked about that, and trust me, when we talk about companies like eBay, they're right there to pat themselves on the back for the good things that they do. So if they were paying higher wages for their call center people, we would know about it. How much is 15,000 rupees? for 1 full month worth of work, 40 hours a week. 216 American dollars. Don't talk to me about equality, eBay. Don't talk to me about it if you're not going to be concerned about the people that you have working abroad for you. It really rubs me the wrong way. The bachelor enrolled in our 4-month call center training at Orion EduTech after hearing about it from a friend in Bangalore, and his parents agreed to heft the 45,000 rupee bill, which is $650, located on the 3rd floor of a nondescript office building in the Jajnanar district. Orion is an Indian equivalent to American vocational schools like ITT Tech or Derai University. There are over 100 Orion campuses across India, and the private courses are among the most popular for prospective applicants looking to boost their resume and give them a competitive edge in the hiring process. So not only are the people over in India having to pay good money to be able to go to a vocational school, what equates to 3 months worth of earnings to be able to go work for these places, but they're receiving a wage that we couldn't even possibly wrap our head around earning. What does that even come out to? I have to know. So we're talking 40 hours a week. So that's 40 times 4.5. It's 180 hours divided by, that's disgusting. So roughly about $1.10 to $1.20 per hour that the average Indian employee is making for the call centers. Now, again, I don't know what eBay is paying, but this is just the industry standard for call center employees in India. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't see. Do you see eBay putting themselves in a situation where they're going to offer their call center employees 12 times the average in the country? 12 times. Don't talk to me about equality, eBay. I don't have the time for it. I don't have the patience for it. They talked about the year ahead, conversion and frequency, removing friction, leveraging our user data, more tools, and enhanced protection. Mindy, I am passionate and I am calm. I appreciate you being mindful. Let's take a look at over some of these comments. Let's take a breather. Okay. And here's the thing. Like, I get it. There's opportunity for these people, and these people are taking this opportunity, but you can't sit here and allow a company to get away with saying these things, and they're all lies. And that's the thing that really gets me fired up, is that they're lying to people. They're misleading people. Don't worry, guys. We are going to have a fun rest of the show. But this is important. This is important stuff to talk about. And, you know, sometimes it's unfortunate when we have to talk about hard things. But the 27 of you who are here because you value knowing some of this stuff. And I know some people are going to be a little frazzled and frustrated and maybe don't see the same issue that I see with it, or think that some of what I'm saying is nonsense, and that's fine. I respect that opinion. But I feel like this needs to be said by someone, because no one else is saying it. And I've been saying things like this for over a year now. Let's try and make this a little bit more light. I think we got through a lot of the heaviness of it. So in the year ahead, they're talking about conversion and frequency, removing friction, leveraging our user data, which is the only thing in there that really scares me, adding more tools, which I look forward to, and enhanced protections, which they need because they've had quite a few issues so far. And, quote, all customers will benefit from enhanced delivery and returns through a broader coverage of our guaranteed shipping and our new returns experience. We believe that this will lead to an improved experience for both buyers and sellers. So an enhanced delivery and returns via guaranteed shipping and our new returns. No one likes returns. No one likes dealing with it. We've talked about this before. The new returns process, I think, is pretty garbage. The enhanced deliveries, I think, is also garbage. They've been having issues getting the correct quotes out. They've been having issues with sellers misrepresenting where they're at currently. It's a lot of nonsense. The goals, as I said earlier, is to get to $1 billion in advertising bucks, which they printed out in the letter, and they said that payments are going to be integrated by 2020, fully integrated. And I will be talking briefly about it later, but PayPal is 100% officially included in the managed payments program now. So they said they've gotten that completed, which I find to be interesting. I don't know how that's going to be affecting integrated payment customers as of yet, but I will follow up with more stuff in the future. And then the one last thing on this topic is that I reached out to eBay's press department regarding attempting to get comment on the retail revival program. I was reached out to by a representative almost a week and a half ago, and they promised that they would follow up with me, and I've still yet to hear back from them. So we're actively awaiting a response. So that is your Devin Wenig 2019 shareholder letter. So let's move on. Moving on, tax concerns with eBay mount again. It's not as bad as you might think it is. eBay said Friday it's working to comply with new sales tax laws popping up around the country. Although it said Congress was working on a bill, eBay was not hopeful of this legislation passing. At the federal level, the U.S. Congress continues to demonstrate interest in a post-Wayfair federal internet sales tax solution. Recently, Representative Jim Sessenbrenner of Wisconsin, a Republican from Wisconsin, and 5 of his congressional colleagues introduced bipartisan legislation titled H.R. 1933, which would provide a $10 million national small business exemption to prevent retroactive taxation and drive states towards tax simplification structures. Now, notice my heavy emphasis on the word retroactive. States are attempting to collect back taxes from earlier in the year or period or quarter or back year, whatever, on sales that you had already done before this law came into play. And we're still seeing a scramble as states and counties and jurisdictions as a whole attempt to figure out what direction they want to go with taxes and ultimately try and scrape as many dollars together as they can. But can you blame them? Not really. When a judge opens up the gate and says, hey, we have something that you can tax that's only going to affect a very small amount of people, so most people aren't going to complain, and guess what? You can make a ton of money on it, and it's going to be unregulated, so you can set the tax rate at whatever level you'd like, and if people don't like it, you can tell them to get lost. It puts things in a scary place. Seeing some type of cap on it would be very nice. Representative Sensenbrenner's bill, bill awaits further action from the House Judiciary Committee, which has jurisdiction over internet sales tax issues, although quick consideration or passage of any federal legislation related to the internet sales tax is unlikely. We expect similar legislation to be introduced in the Senate in the coming weeks. Here's the thing. Go ahead and lock that bill up for the next year. Okay, make everything take an absolute eternity to get done. That way we don't have to deal with it for a little while longer. That's what I would like to see. Personally. Okay, if we can't get that, you know what? I think we need to kick that bill back through again if we can. We need to reevaluate South Dakota versus Wayfair. I think that eBay is strong enough that they can really push their weight around, and if eBay isn't going to get the job done, you know who is going to get the job done? Amazon will get the job done. That's who I think will do it. Next up, we're going to be talking about Amazon taxes. Whoop-dee! It's a doubleheader, guys. Don't get too excited now. I know how you guys get when we talk about taxes. On April 11, 2019, we sent you an email informing you of upcoming changes to the collection of sales tax on some eBay fees you pay on Amazon.com. This is an email that was sent out. Basically what happened was Amazon had sent out an initial email and everyone was like, what the heck is going on? Why are you taxing me so much? Everyone was confused. There was uproar. The call centers got just lit up like crazy. The forums, the web boards and everything just went ballistic. Their inbox went ballistic and they said, okay, we messed up. We need to send another email out. We need to kind of give some clarity as far as what happened. So they sent this email out and they said, based on the feedback we received, we realized that we did not include sufficient details in that email, and we would like to apologize. The purpose of this email is to provide greater clarity on the upcoming changes. It's important to understand, this is me talking now, that some states consider certain fees to be taxable. Not all states are going to look at certain fees the same way. As of right now, some of the things that we are looking at, we're looking at a per item, per order, and referral fees as a taxable service. Similarly, fulfillment by Amazon, or FBA, inventory prep fees such as bubble wrap, polybag, taping, and labels are considered taxable in some states. So what is happening is Amazon is not the one pulling the strings on what's going on right now. They're simply sitting back and saying, hey, We're not happy that this is happening. They're not actually publicly saying that, but they're covering their own butt, and they're saying we're going to make sure that if anything happens and some of these things become taxable, which they are in some states already, that you are the one responsible for that tax. And this is what I'm talking about. There is too much power at the state level, because as this got overturned, Wayfair versus South Dakota, there wasn't enough regulation put in place to say what can be taxed, what can't be taxed, and the things that are being taxed, what level are they being taxed at? Okay? Taxation without representation, right? Okay? Things are getting a little bit disgusting. June 1st, 2019 is when all these changes go into effect. March, April, May, June. Okay, so yeah, it's coming up. The location of the what do I have on my screen? Because that doesn't seem right. Some of the changes start as far as or as of last week on 4/11/19. I want to make yep 4/11/19. We sent you an email. Oh, excuse me. That is incorrect on screen right there. The 4/11/19 is when the email was sent out. These changes are going to be starting as of June 1, 2019 is when the changes are going to be going into effect. I apologize for that typo. The location of the fulfillment center performing the service determines whether the tax is applicable on the FBA prep fees. Okay? This is a tricky one to digest right here. So if I have items here in California and I box them all up, and Amazon says, hey, this box is going to Wisconsin, but I've gone ahead and said, I don't want to label my items. I don't want to polybag my items. I don't want to deal with any of that stuff. I don't want to deal with, dealing with multiple warehouses. You do this distribution and everything. Well, because it's going to Wisconsin, and that's a taxable state, I have to pay taxes on those services that are being done in Wisconsin. It's a little bit weird, right? So I have to ask, will I be given the authority to choose which warehouses I want my inventory to go to? Will I be able to say, I don't want my inventory going to warehouses where I have to pay additional fees to have them sitting there? Will my long-term storage fees be taxable? Will my monthly storage fees be taxable? How much control will I have on what happens on the back end inventory-wise? Thank you, Cookie Man. 50,000 for the sub. I appreciate that greatly. If you haven't subbed yet, guys, definitely appreciate it. We're wrapping up our news hour right now. But yeah, definitely sub and help us out with that. So yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little complex. This letter that was sent out by Amazon is available as of 6:30 or 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on our Facebook page. We have a timed post that will be releasing that letter on our page in the event that you did not get it or you want to read the entirety of it. My notes say 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which will be in exactly 59 minutes. If you haven't visited our Facebook page yet, facebook.com/groups/Bolorama. Send us over an invite. Please fill out the questions when you come there if you have a moment to do so. It does help us out. And if nothing else, tell somebody else about our group too. That definitely helps out as well. So let's move over. Let's move over to some of our lighter news for the day, because every time I do these Sunday shows, especially when I get into the big topics like this that I don't enjoy doing, because I enjoy talking about fun stuff, I try and wrap up the news with something a little bit more relaxed, something that we don't have to worry about as much, where I can take a deep breath and just relax and try and find my calm. I feel like I need to light an incense right now or something and just dial it back. And Mindy, I appreciate you trying to keep me monitored, but boy, oh boy, is there some fun in the passion. Because find somebody else who's going to get as animated and as passionate about these topics as I. Here's one that's really going to get you fired up. Etsy takes a bite into your wallet with these new designs. Check those out. Check out how cute that is. So there's an Etsy seller who made these really cute doggy dresses. And it made me start thinking, it's like, man, that's some really creative out-of-the-box thinking right there. And this is a story that was reported by The Insider. Okay, the dresses come in 12 different colors and start at $80 American. Sizes go from extra, extra small and go up to $148 American dollars for a large. Where's the representation for the extra large, doggos? That's what I need to know. The satin dress features puffy sleeves, voluminous skirt, a bow tie at the waist, and it also comes with a matching hair bow. If that wasn't adorable enough, the Push Paw Company also sells matching bridal gowns for any dogs that are trying the knot. The dress features a sprinkling of pearls on the skirt to give that extra bit of elegance. And don't worry, Men, we have you covered too. Visit the Etsy seller creature to get this unique jacket and tie combo. And my question for you guys is, what is the weirdest item that you have seen on Etsy or just any site in general? What's something weird that you've seen? But I thought it would be a super cute, super little adorable thing to wrap up that with. Okay, so guys, man, was that heavy? Was that too much? Did we go too far down the rabbit hole on that one? Is that information that you need and appreciate, or should I stick to the terms of services and the policy changes and the basic stuff that you guys want to know? I need to know where the bar is set for the content that I provide you, because some of these things take 4 or 5 hours to put together and to make sure that I'm getting you the correct information. So I need to know if it's stuff that you enjoy. So Mindy says I need it, and we got an appreciate from Robert Swan, and the Key Webco says, no, do not change it up. I appreciate you covering the information individuals like to know. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the support. I want to make sure. I'm always going to present what I want to present, but I need to make sure that I keep it balanced in a sense. So now we're moving on to the fun part of the show. Okay. Let me get a little bit of water. It's getting toasty. I'm going to tell Daniel to crank on the air really quick. Send him a little text message. Tell him air at 76, please. It's going tomorrow morning. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I need some air conditioning. Can you put air to 75, please? We need some air, guys. It is hot in here. So let's see. You are making it so everything is known by the public. I try my best to, guys. And Cheese has said, you are the only one out of all the YouTubers that gives accurate and informed info. Thank you for doing the hard work of researching. Thank you, guys. Oh, man. The community right now. There are some great people out there. Really, really great people. Oh, I can hear the air coming on. Oh, it's going to be great now. So, guys, if I didn't tell you yet, I went to the Sunnyside Swap. No, not Sunnyside. I'm lying to you. I went to the Bakersfield Fairground, and I went there on Saturday, and I had a lovely little date. It was fun. Like I said, you got to test her out. You got to see if she's going to enjoy thrifting. You got to see if she's going to enjoy the antique mall. You got to see if that's something that you can connect on. And it was a first date. It was good. She was sweet. I'm trying. This sounds horrible. I'm trying to recall something really quick. Maria. I know that sounds horrible, guys, but I put nicknames in my phone sometimes, and I wanted to make sure that I got the name correctly, or Maria, as I called her for the day. And we did have a great time. We went to the swap meeting. We're there for about, 45 minutes to an hour. I got some fantastic scores, and it's one of those things that's very difficult to explain to somebody what I do. People ask me, like anyone that I'm dating is like a prospective partner. You meet them on a dating site, or you meet them in real life, and they're like, "Hey, what do you do? What do you do for a living?" And e-commerce. Like, but no, specifically, what do you do? And I tell them it's a lot to unpack. But if you want to come see what I do, you're welcome to come join me for a day out at work. And some people enjoy it, some people don't. And, I understand it's not for everyone. Absolutely, if a woman enjoys thrifting, etc., she is a keeper. There's a lot of other things that go into it as well, but it might have some legs on it. We'll see. We have a second follow-up happening on Friday, and we'll see what happens. So I went back again on Sunday, and you guys are welcome to pick my brain about it a little bit later as well. But we're going to take a look at some items, because I don't want to lose the rest of you guys. And there's 10 of you guys who haven't clicked that like button yet, so it does help out. Those of you who wonder, like, hey Jay, why do you ask us to like it? It increases the rate at which YouTube serves this video up to other people. So if my subscribers are viewing the content, it will serve up it on the main page. It also serves it up on the sidebar. They may even get a notification. That's why we do it. One of you just hit the dislike. Thank you for that. Even dislikes, believe it or not, do help the channel because it's considered an interaction with the page. So the one person who is watching who hit the dislike, I appreciate that too. I want you to personally know that you just helped me out by doing that. So thank you. But yeah, let's take a look at some of the cool items that I got. I got this interesting bag and quantity, and you can see I'm pulling these out right now straight from the bag. I just came back from the swap a few hours ago. We got these Jim Adkins bags, and this is an oddball one because I'm really reaching when I have to go to Google to get a little bit more information about an item. I didn't know who Jim Adkins was, and I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't. He's one of the lead singers or guitarists or something from Jimmy Eats World. And I remember I used to listen to Jimmy Eat World back in, 2004, 2, somewhere in there. And this is some type of promotional bag that came with some type of CD bundle or something. I was able to pick up 6 of these. I negotiated them down. She originally wanted $1 each. I was able to get it for $6. Okay, excuse me. She wanted $1 each. There's 6 of them here. I was able to get them for $4. There we go. I had to look them up on Google because there was nothing on active, nothing on completed, and I saw some type of promotional bundle with this bag included. And all of these bags are brand new. They have the little cardboard stay that holds some of the slack together. Some of them have the slack held together. Some of the other ones don't. I don't know how much I'm going to get for them. I would be pleased if I got $15 a piece. I'd be very, very happy if I got $20 a piece. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research to figure that out, but 6 of them for $4 with a potential return as much as $120 minus fees and ships. So it could be $80 on the back end for a single buy, single listings, good quantity of items. And yeah, when I saw Adkins, I'm like, that's interesting. Roger says, like, share, and watch the full ad. Please, I do that for everyone who's awesome. I appreciate it. And just so you know, if you use an ad blocker on your browser and you don't ever watch any of the ads on my videos, that means that you have contributed absolutely nothing as far as ad revenue to the channel. You can add us to your whitelist, sit through a single ad, and help us earn a few cents. If you don't watch them, and here's the thing, you don't have to watch the whole thing. 15 seconds of any ad is what gives us credit. So that's a cool little pickup right there. And then, like I said, I got back just a little bit ago. I even had to take a nap as well. Guys, I got headphones in here. I lost my headphones again, and it ruined my morning, okay? I have these really nice red Jaybird headphones that cost me $90, and I'm on my second pair of them, and they vanished. And I have looked high and low, and I bought these garbage headphones from the swap meet. Thank you, Robin, for the $2. Better a time now than ever. I appreciate that. And if you're one of those people that has ad blocker on, consider yourself fully absolved. But yeah, I had to buy these really chintzy headphones for $2 today, and these are probably the worst music listening experience I have had in my entire life. The right headphone is about 20% quieter than the left one, and they also have foil caps over the speaker, so when you insert it in your ear, you hear a foily sound, like crinkled foil, as it goes into your ear, and they don't stay in. They're absolute garbage, but it was better than not having any music. It gets particularly loud over there. Today was a super lackluster day of picking, but don't worry, I got yesterday's items too. I couldn't find a comp on this on eBay. It appears that it may have been taken apart, but what's really good with this is that it's basic electronics on the inside. It's going to be a fuse, it's going to be a board. I can check for capacity on it, and then it uses XLR jacks. So theoretically, I could run my microphone through it, and then if that's what it's for, and then see if it works. I think it's some type of voice changer effect box, but it plugs directly into a wall. Couldn't find a comp. If I had to take a guess, $20-ish? I have no clue. I paid $1 for it. It's solid metal housing on there, so it's got some build quality for it as well. You're welcome, because I'm not watching it. Thank you, Robin. We appreciate it. Appreciate it greatly. And I think it's your first time commenting, maybe. That or I don't recognize your image, but thank you for that. And then I also picked up a copy of Nolation Let's No, it's a copy of Steel Battalion for the Xbox. This is a pretty valuable game. $30+ give or take on this one. It doesn't have the manual, which is unfortunate, and it has some Sharpie on the face. Do not ever attempt to remove Sharpie, labels, stickers, etc. on the tops of CDs. You can take the foiling right off. And here's another little pro tip, guys. I can't stress this enough. You know how the CD has a shiny side and the CD has a colored side? If you ever have to put a CD down, always put it shiny side down, okay? If this side gets scratched, it can be repaired. If this side gets scratched, the disc is ruined, okay? So if you ever have to, for whatever reason, shiny side down. Or if you get into a situation where you have to pack and you only have one side that you can pack well, pack the shiny side well. I don't think I even have anything else from today. So that was today's pickings. It was rough out there today. And you would think Easter Sunday there wouldn't be many people out there. Nope, it was flooded. So let's move into yesterday's pickups. So I picked these up. These are really interesting. This is Ultra Lounge Vegas Baby Music. Check that out. It's a cute it's got a little roulette wheel on the front. It even has a ball in there as well, and if you open it up you can see it has like a faux movie ticket. It has the disc, really nice catalog of information that goes along with it too. Very well themed. I'm not exactly sure the type of music on there, but this is about a $15+ CD. You can't sell it on Amazon because it's considered popular music. And then I also got the Ultra Lounge one with the leopard print and an Ultra Lounge one with tiki print. And the reason I took both of these is because I don't think they're the right CDs in there, and I didn't have enough time to research it, but he was able to give me a bundle deal. He wanted $1 each on them. I was able to get all three for $2. So real happy with this pickup as well. Easy money. And if you guys haven't realized yet, I'm really particular about the margins that I want as of late. Obviously with increases in fees, obviously with increases in shipping cost, I want to make sure that I'm getting paid appropriately for my time. I spent, I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 hours playing catch up on listings this week. I think I ran, I don't know, maybe 100 listings over the course of the weekend between photographs and everything else. If you didn't catch my iPad listing tutorial, I strongly recommend you check it out. It got released this last Wednesday. And if you guys don't know, every Wednesday I release an original short, some type of training or something that you should know. We're going to have another one coming out this Wednesday. I also apologize. We didn't get to do the original video that I wanted to do this last Wednesday due to some technical issues with the camera and the recording software. I made a mistake, and I didn't have the correct microphone set up, and unfortunately the audio for the negotiation that I spoke about got destroyed. So I need to work harder in the future, but it's better that it happened this way before it happened at eBay Open per se, if I'm going to be allowed at eBay Open. We'll see what happens with that. But if for some reason I'm not, that money in the corner will go to some type of really big spectacular project or something. I don't know. We'll do something amazing for you guys. I got some peanuts. Guys, if you haven't if you haven't tried these Japanese style peanuts, they're pretty much at every single gas station in town. They are delicious, but if you're sensitive to MSG, which isn't really a thing, but those of you who say you are, then you might want to avoid those. But they're really great late night snacking, good for protein as well. And I promise you I got interesting stuff. Not everything is pedestrian. Yes, this is sealed. I got it for $1. Can never have enough Burt's Bees. I picked up another one of these. These are Specs magnetic balls. I shipped 2 of these out to Amazon the other day. I think they're about $18 to $26, somewhere in there. Sent 2 units in. Same lady had 1 more. Paid $4 for this one. It's just +1 quantity on the back end and then throw it into the next box. And then I also picked this up. I didn't look this up. This is Uncle's Puzzles, Magical Mystery Mental Manipulation Metal Puzzles, and they look pretty high quality, and we got quite a few of them in there as well. So I'm really pleased about this pickup. Anytime you can get these metal puzzles, the vintage ones in good shape, they generally average anywhere between, I don't know, $15 to $20, unless you have something that's like a skill level 10, very intricate, hard to make, high production quality. I've seen one of these ones before. It's almost like a straitjacket style puzzle. It's good that it has the rod with it and it's already been solved. But I think there's, okay, we got 3 unique puzzles inside of here, and I don't even think this was originally supposed to come with 3. So we'll see what we can, how it exactly goes together. But I'm going to assume there's at least $40 worth of value in there. I purchased this in conjunction with another very cool item. She wanted 5 on this and she wanted 10 on the other item. Now, those of you who always race me and you try and figure out what an item is or tell me what it is, go ahead and get your thumbs ready. This one is one that really, really surprised me to find at the swap meet. Thumbs ready? It's real fur. I'll get you on that track first. Man, this is interesting. And if I start sneezing, you know why. Are you as excited as I am? Look at me. Look how slowly I'm unfolding it. It's alpaca or llama, but it's real fur, super soft. I'll even get a little closer. It does have one piece of damage, which I do plan to sew up myself if need be. And then you can see all the stitch work here on the back. All individual pieces. So she said that she might think that it's something ceremonial. And I told her, I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm not 100% positive myself. But what I can do is I can promise you it'll end up in the hands of somebody who's going to care for it and appreciate it, which she said was important to her. And I'm like, that's what I do for a living. I make sure that items end up in the right place that they need to be. So she wanted 10 on this, 5 on the puzzles. I said, ma'am, can I give you 10 on the pair? Her name was Kathy. We connected there for a moment. It's that's another thing that was really great about being on that date is it allowed me to showcase my ability to speak with people and build rapport and have fun and meet new people and stuff like that. And Kathy told me that she was struggling, knowing that a disproportionate number of the people that were at the swap meet have to be there to generate income for themselves because they are unable to get gainful employment in our country with their current status. I told her I felt for her pain, but I can't necessarily connect with her on that issue in the same way. But I told her, I'm sorry to hear that you were feeling the pain on that topic. But we built a good rapport. She gave me a good deal. Does anyone have any details or ideas on that item? And like I said, I don't think I can lose any money at that pricing, especially the fact that I got the puzzles with it as well. So we're going to pause our items here for a minute because I'm going to run out of them very soon. I didn't get a mega haul like I did last week. I think it's time to do a giveaway time. How's that sound? So if everyone get your fingers ready, we do this every week, okay? We have a handful of Amazon items to give away still. I notice a bunch of you guys aren't claiming them. It is your responsibility to contact me after the show. You have 48 hours to reach out to me. I'm not going to be a butt about it, though, so if you take a little bit longer, that's fine. We have the pile of Amazon inventory. So we're going to be choosing a number between 1 and 20, and there's not many left, okay? And if the number is selected, you get that box or package. These are all Amazon return items that have been sent back to me from Amazon. They could either be customer returns or they could be FBA returns. I don't know what's inside the boxes because I didn't open them and I didn't look up the manifesto. So the items could be as valuable as $150. I have no clue. The most valuable thing we've given out so far is I think a $40 box worth of stuff. No clue what's in the rest of any of them, but I do know that boxes 1, 2, 3, and 5 are still remaining, which are the most valuable ones. So I'm going to open up my random number generator. I'm going to ask you guys a question about tonight's show if you were paying attention. Open random number generator. So my random number generator has been keeping track of has it? Yes, it's been keeping track of the numbers. We've given out 9 prizes so far. I'm going to scroll back through my notes and look for something interesting that I felt is something that I could ask you a question about. That's nothing too specific. And it's going to be the first one on my screen. Devin is my answer. The first one on my screen to get it correct. How many rupees does the average Indian call center employee make per month? How many rupees does the average call center employee make per month in India? Robin, first one in, 15,000 rupees. Congratulations, Robin. And we're going to ask another question too. Don't feel bad if you didn't get it right. Okay. So here we go. We're going to do our random number generator. Let me turn my brightness up so that way you can see it. Okay, random. Here we go. 19. Ooh. The higher the number, the smaller the package. And it is fair. I gave everyone warning. And the thing is, if you are a patron, you pay no shipping. The item ships out to you. Or if you want to, you can, but I don't think we charge shipping on it. We just send it out to you. If I did charge you shipping, let me know. I'll give it back to you. If you're a non-patron, you do have to pay shipping on that item. Also, too, if in case I failed to mention, anything featured during the show, if you like it and you want to keep it, if you're a patron, you can purchase it from me at cost. If I bought it for $1, you can have it for $1, but you have to promise to keep the item. Do not flip it out. We will ban you from our program, okay? So number 19 is this one right here. So as you can see, it hasn't been opened. It still has the janky Amazon seal. The sides are sealed up. I'm going to cover my address. The whole item is sealed. Whatever is inside of here is what you're going to get. And like I said, the higher the number, that looked too well done, like I've done that too many times before. You got something good. This is something that I was going to keep when I had it sent back to me. If you don't want it, I'd love to keep it. And I'll even give you a different one if you want. It's a Targus wireless number pad. These things are actually worth some bucks. I don't have a clue why this got sent back. I think that maybe there was some restriction on it, but I see a ton of tape around it, so I'm assuming that it was used. So if it was used, I'm going to pop it open right now because I want to make sure that they didn't just steal the receiver, which is something they love to do. Because if they stole the receiver, then I'm going to get my credit back on it. Brand new receiver, and there's a battery in there. It's odd. I don't know if it's the same one or not because I don't remember it looking. No, it says Targus. Cool. Congratulations. You have 48 hours to reach out to me on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/ Pickers Lounge? Bolorama? I don't even know what the URL is. Pam or Mindy's gonna have to help me out. But congratulations on that. Let's go ahead and ask another trivia questions. Fingers ready, guys. We were talking earlier about geographic expansion. What country did eBay sell Flipkart in and then relaunch their eBay site into? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, and we're gonna roll the random number generator again to the first person to get it right. First person in, oh, it is Landshark. So Landshark, we're going to roll the die for you. Here we go. 3. That's a good one, buddy. That's a big box. Oh, it's heavy. There's a lot of stuff in here. So I'm going to cover my shipping label again just to show everyone that it is sealed. This bottom one here, it's a little flappy just because I used the paper tape, but you can see it's still sealed here at the bottom. This is a big box. This is the biggest box we've had yet. I'm going to do it this way. And those of you who are answering late right now, while you're waiting, click the refresh button, okay? And what that'll do is it'll make sure that you're watching us live right now because you might be on a few second delay. Shipping is expensive, but you're not required to accept the item. I'm actually, frankly, scared at what might be in here. There's a lot of stuff in here. CD. Another CD. Don't worry, there's other stuff. Another CD. These are this one's a sealed one. CD. Another Batman Begins Rub and Color playset. These are like 20 bucks. I don't know why. I don't know if it became restricted or something as to why it came back. Okay, maybe it's not that hot, but it's still something. Got a stack of records. Making music your own. This is priced insanely high, but I don't know if it's something that has any velocity whatsoever. And I know you know records because you turned me on to that Cog Hub or whatever it's called site. Here's another one. Another record. And another record. Pretty good haul. I'm not going to lie. Records, yuck. There's a lot of money in records, Allie. I probably did a couple $1,000s in records alone last year. I know, Adam, I send stuff to CA all the time. Yeah, it can get expensive. I don't think it's a rug. It's way too soft to be a rug. But if I can get $50+, I'd be pretty happy with that. So congratulations to you, Craig. Mindy, do we have time for one more? Do we have time, Mindy? Mindy says sure. We got time for one more. Last questions. Go ahead and get your fingers ready. Let's ask a good question. Earlier in the show, I talked about a migration of a specific type of animal through my area, moving its way down to Mexico. What animal or creature specifically did I speak about? We're looking for the specific name. Mindy, you are too fast. Nailed it. Mindy, do you want to win? Do you want to win a prize? If you want to win a prize, I'll let you win a prize. I don't think you've won one yet, so I got no qualms with that. Liberals. And let's go ahead and roll the die. And Mindy, 18. You don't want it? Let's see what it is. Maybe you might change your mind. I really do want to get rid of these. There's so many of them here. Maybe we'll just do the rest of them tonight. I don't even care. I just want to get them done. Oh, this is number 18. And the thing is, I numbered all of these before I started on any of them. You've won a copy of The Hobbit on PlayStation 2 if you'd like it. If you don't want it, I'm going to donate it to Opportunity Village if they want it. Okay, let's do another one. The next person to, I don't know, put my name in the chat. First person to do it, I'm going to go ahead and give you a prize as well. Who do we got? TMB Collectibles. Congratulations, your first one to get it right. Let's go ahead and roll the die for you. Wishing you much luck. Remember, the lower the number, the better off you are. Let's go ahead and roll it. No. The number 1. And I have, like I said, I have no clue what's in the box. I just know it's the biggest box here. So I'm really thrilled. Congratulations. Let's see what we got. Look at the size of this thing. There's all kinds of stuff in here. So it's this end's coming a little bit undone. This end's coming a little bit undone, but you can see it's still sealed through here. This end's coming undone. This is how Amazon ships stuff. But this top end and bottom end are both still sealed. Are you excited? I'm a little excited. I have no clue what's in this box. Ooh-wee. Let's just look at this madness, okay? Does anyone else get stuff shipped to them like this, where they, I don't know, send you like just a disgustingly obscene high amount of these air bubbles? Oh man, it's great that they laid those on top. Dude, there's an item in here I think I want to keep. I forgot about this one. This was a recalled inventory box. There's a really nice one in here. I might fight you on it, but I am a man of my word. So there's a really nice piece in here. So we got this little power workout. We got a 10-pack of DVD-R, or excuse me, 6-pack, holiday 6-pack DVD-R. I don't know why these came back, but they did. Audiobook. Yeah, it's a great one. We got a Hunger Games light bulb. It has a District 12 filament on the inside. This is probably one of the best boxes, honestly. Christian music, other music. It is going to be a little heavy to ship, though, I'll be completely honest with you. I'm just going to... And yes, I'm throwing it on the ground. You saw how it was packed by Amazon. Nothing else is going to break. A really creepy Jolly Mrs. Claus figure. Another holiday 6-pack. And yeah, you can see that big thing sticking up there on the top. Totally want to keep it. I might not even be able to show it on air. It should have sold at Amazon. I don't know why it didn't. That other thing was a pool handle. This is really nice. This is expensive too. This is a Park Stars Vinylmation sealed tin. This is a classic characters Yeti. This is a very difficult figure to find. I think it's worth about $30. So very, very cool piece. And then this one, Monsieur Biome. It's a Japanese anime figure. It's really, really nice. Really, 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 really nice. So, yeah. Message me, facebook.com/groups/Bolarama. We'll see what we can do for you. Get those sent out to you, okay? So contact me. You're probably looking at about, I don't know, like $40-ish worth of shipping if you're interested in taking it. And then let's go ahead and blitz out a few more of these just so we can get it done. Like I said, I don't have that many more items left over here as well. But I don't know. Who else wants one? Do we want to keep doing this? Is this something we want to keep doing? I've got, I don't know, like 6 or 7 left. We can give away one of those thrift trader guides too. I know that there was some interest in those. I don't know. We need to get the wheel going, you know? We got to get we had a prize wheel, but the prize wheel still isn't working. I really hate the fact that it doesn't work. And I've been trying to get it to work, but it's just not, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. Yes. Okay, we'll do one more. What do we want to ask? I'm trying to think of something of substance. Fat Girl Sewing likes the mystery boxes. Cool. I'm happy you like them. Earlier we talked about mergers and acquisition. What was the name of the website that eBay acquired in the UK? Very valuable website. Very, very valuable IP. I'm surprised that they got it. I don't even know how much they paid for it. But this will be a good one. Whoever gets this one right will receive 2 rolls on the box. I'm looking for the exact name. Cheesehead Treasures. That was quick. That was tidy. I'm impressed. You're going to get 2 spins of the wheel. Let's go ahead and spin this bad boy. So last winner was a 1. You are a 17 and a 12. 17 and 12. I'm going to start out with this one. This one feels a little more robust than the other one. I actually need one of these. A Gorilla Pod. This is a really nice tripod stand too. These things were like $40. I don't know why this didn't sell through. It actually had really good rank. Okay. But yeah, it didn't sell through. So that's a great little piece to get. And then a sealed copy of NCAA 2K13. Who's saying it's not fair? What did I do? That was a valid question. Those of you who stuck around for the entire show. Come on now. And then a second copy of NBA 2K13. I sent in a bunch of them. I'd bought a massive lot of them. We'll do another one. What is the name of the hedge fund company that has recently acquired 4.5% of eBay? These are good things to know to keep us sharp. Please donate them. Thanks. If you don't mind, I'm going to keep that tripod. I'll donate out the game, so for sure. And we'll do 2 more right now. Looking for the full name of the company. Thank you for that, Cheesehead. And I appreciate your super chat earlier. It does mean a lot. I don't know if we've interacted directly or not, but feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. We do have our Patreon program. If you want to take a sneak peek at that just for your generosity, that'd be more than fine. So, if no one's nailing this one, we can move on to the next thing. I don't want to keep having you snipe them, Mindy, if you don't want the prizes. I don't know. What else do we got? Okay, I'll tell you what, let's just move on to the rest of my item pickups for the week. And we'll save the last of them for next week. I think everyone's a little burned out. Okay, Robert coming in with it. We'll give it to Robert. We'll give Robert the 2 prizes on this one, and then we'll move on to the last of our items for the week. So let me open up my number thing again, and let's roll it again. 5 and 16. 5 is a big box, actually. Let's see what 16 is first. Number 16. It's music you're not going to want. I am. That's just how it is. This is wet. This is soaking wet. I kid you not. Look at this. How does this happen? How? And it's inside the package, soaking wet. I'm going to hang on to this one. I'm going to get a fee credit and get my money back on this one, so I'm going to need the packing slip and the original packaging. So I'm going to roll you again on that one right now because you don't deserve that. I don't think anyone does. That's pretty bad for the Amazon experience, too. Let's get you another number, 15, and then you also have 5 coming to you as well. 15. Ooh. Ooh. Slow Car Crash, sealed, worth a couple of bucks. Mickey's Mousecapade on the NES. I don't know how this didn't sell through. Great condition, clean pins and everything. And then a pack of doggy playing cards with little dogs on little paddles. And I actually sold a handful of these. I know it seems like such a stupid item to send in, but I did make some money on them. So Fat Man the Flipper, thanks for joining in as well. We're just giving away a whole bunch of stuff right now. Tons and tons of stuff. But now we're going to look at the last of my pickups. Like I said, it wasn't a ridiculous week, but we're going to look at the last few items that I got. Why are these worth so much on Amazon? This is 20 questions. This is about like a $30 plus item. It was the second item that I picked up on Saturday. Even the girl that I was there with was very surprised with just how much money these things were worth. But they have a really good sell-through, really good rank, especially when you can find them brand new. I know they're a little bit older. This one here is from 2003, so that's possibly why. But I've seen more modern variations of it since then. So I guess maybe people like the old one. And then I picked this up too. This is a really cool, this is an original Crybaby. This is a wah effects pedal. I don't know if I have all the gear necessary to test it, but I can always take it down to a music store and ask if they can pop it in. This is worth anywhere between about $50 to $75, even in the condition that it sits in right now. It does show some damage and some wear, but overall, it's fine for the era. I think this is early 80s, maybe late 70s that this came out. Great piece. $4 paid on this. Negotiator down from $5. Sorry, that alpaca fur is still flying through the air because I had a fan on as well. It is a guitar effects pedal. So you basically, when somebody's playing an electric guitar, they can press down on the pedal and it makes like a wah or stretches the note further out, distorts it a bit as well. Got some erasers for myself. Art stuff. It was cheap. It was $1. We got 4 items left. Yeah. And Fat Man and everyone else who's joining in right now, if you missed the front half of the show, I strongly recommend you go back and watch it. I got a little bit heated, as some people called it. I just call it passion. Definitely go back and check it out. It's worth seeing. I got 3 different versions of Monopoly from somebody who refuses to do negotiations properly, and I paid more than I wanted to pay. But that is quite okay because the amount of money I'm going to make on them is absolutely stupid. The first one up is we have Dale Earnhardt Monopoly, brand new in the original shrink. Great condition. This one sells for roughly $45 to $50 on Amazon. Very thrilled about that. And then New York City Monopoly, brand new, sealed in the original shrink, worth roughly $75 to $85 on Amazon. Very hard to find that variation. And this one. Do not ask me about this unless if you buy this off me, I better see it open, okay? Monopoly, Coca-Cola edition, worth about $85 on Amazon. I got all 3 of these Monopolies together. I paid $25 for all 3 of them. He originally wanted $30, got them for $25. Very, very pleased. Huge return on investment. I'll be able to throw them all in one box, send them straight out to Amazon as well. So great pickup. Don't just assume Monopoly is junk. If you see a Monopoly variation, some of them go into the hundreds, multiple hundreds of dollars. Okay, so keep your eyes open for them, especially when they're sealed. Even open ones can be worth $100. There's also high-end wood board, turntable ones with gold and silver and everything. So always keep your eyes open for things that are a little bit odd and a little bit different because they can rake in some huge dollars. And then we got one last item on the night. I'm seeing if I can make this thing move while it's inside the box. There we go. So we have a Del Bliss. It's a chair lift for like showering and or using the commode or the bathtub or whatnot. And it's used in assisting people to get in and out. And I guess it has its own battery and everything. The guy was able to show it to me working there. It was a fantastic little pickup as well. Breaking the cardboard a little bit. We're just going to fold this bad boy down for now. Crunch up the cardboard a little bit. It's pretty strong, to say the least. But I just wanted to show it to you guys working. Maybe, hold on, I pressed the wrong button. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, so I can't close it now. This is how it's going to be while I ship it, I'm sure. So I walked up to the booth and I saw that, and this is the day that I was on my date too, and I looked at it, I'm like, holy cannoli, medical equipment can have some really, really good money on it, but it would be great to see this thing working. And I saw the guy and I recognized him from before, and I said, hey, dude. I gotta turn this fan towards me. I said, hey, dude, I was the guy who bought all those elderberry bottles from you last week. I spent $26 on 26 bottles. How are you doing today? Shake my hand. Good to see you again. Hey, I'm doing good too. Thank you. And I say, hey, how much are you looking to get on that chair? He says, $80. And he's like, oh, no, it's worth like $500. I'm like, nah, it's worth a little bit closer to like $250. Okay, like give or take. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, I just looked online. The way it sits right now, about $250, give or take. He's like, oh, give me like $60 then. I'm like, I can't really do that either. I'm like, it's a little heavy. It's going to be quite a bit to ship. And, it's a little bit big as well. And when I saw it, it was seated up just like you saw it right now. And it looked big. It looked really big. And I said, well, look around, dude. I'm like, you had this out here all morning. Has anyone said anything about it? He's like, well, no, but the right person will come along eventually. And I'm like, I'm your person, okay? Let me help you. Let me help you get rid of this thing. Okay. I'm like, I'll give you like $40 for it. He's like, oh, no. He's like, give me 50. I'm like, I'll split the difference with you. I'll give you $45. That's what I'll do for you. And when I looked them up online, they were going anywhere between $250 to $350 and one or two rare examples of $400. I'm like, I'll give you $45. He said, okay, I'll do $45. Shook his hand, got him paid. He's like, yeah, I asked him, like, does this fold or anything? He's like, oh yeah. And then he presses the button, folds the whole thing down flat, which I wasn't able to do, but you saw what it looked like initially. Folds the whole thing down flat. I'm like, cool. That's going to make it a lot easier to carry and a lot easier to ship. And I give him his money and I'm getting, I'm like getting ready to pick it up and everything. What he says? He's like, do you want the box? Yes, I want the box. He could have easily negotiated an extra $15 or been a hard sale at $80 and said, hey, it's brand new. I have the box. I'm not going to budge off $80. I would have paid the $80. I would have paid an extra $15 for a fitted cardboard box. It also includes the original paperwork, the original manual as well. I will get full value on that, $350 as a brand new item, $45 cost in, looking at about $35 to $40 in fees, looking at about $35 to $40 to ship the thing. Okay, so we're looking roughly about $120, $130 off the top on a $350 sale. So we're looking at a $220 profit on a single item. All in all, everything you saw me get across the weekend, I don't know, $500, $600, $700 worth of profit with a total amount of time spent of about 4 to 5 hours total spent at the swap meet. So when I tell people I like to earn $100 an hour, that's what I'm talking about, getting out to the swap meet and trying to earn those bucks. Thank you, Landshark, for saying that. Adam says, Landshark said, nice pickup, thank you. My daughter collects Monopoly games. That's awesome. Yeah, those are some cool Monopoly games to have. And then Adam says, so did your date pass the Bolorama test for a second date? We are speaking about possibly going out again on Friday, figuring out details. Who knows? You don't want to hold your breath or anything nowadays, especially here in California. You just never know. But here's the thing I do like. She's able to speak on politics. And that is a very rare thing here in California for a woman my age to be knowledgeable about politics. And that isn't a slight at women. That is a slight at the next generation here in California specifically, speaking about politics, men and women, honestly. Most people who are under 30 don't know anything about politics out here in California. They only just take what they hear on TV and then they regurgitate it. So those are my item pickups for the week. We're going to talk about tiny bits, guys. There's a little bit going on with PayPal. They said we've also made great progress on integration of PayPal on the managed payments platform. And starting today, we are making PayPal available in managed payments. We are starting small, and in the coming weeks, we will continue to test and scale this feature to ensure a seamless, successful seller and buyer experience. And that's from the eBay Inc. Stories website. So, final thoughts, guys. It's that time again. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Last week, we talked about the importance of self-improvement. And I said, guys, I need you to slow down on what you're doing work-wise and focus in on self-improvement. It's actually been interesting, too, because I follow Reichen Profits on Facebook, and he has been going through a fantastic journey of self-improvement himself. He's a fellow reseller, content creator as well. He posted up a video of him doing an ice bath I don't want to call it a challenge, but more of an experience where he took an ice bath for the first time. And it was something that he wanted to work his way through. He's also been working on his fitness goals in the same vein that I have been as well. And he's been having fantastic results, and power to him as well. I've left him a lovely comment, but, you know, and on this platform as well. And, you know, Godspeed to him on his future endeavors. But I was here last week and I talked with all of you about making efforts to improve your own life outside of reselling. I said that if you continue to just do reselling and you only work to make money, and that money allows you to continue to work and pay your bills, but you never take any of that money and spend it on yourself, you will burn out. Everyone burns out. It happens. So it's important to invest into yourself and your future and the things that you want to do. So this week I focused more in on me, and I actually did 5 workouts this week. I'm sorry, there's something in my corner of my eye. Try not to touch it too much because I need to sanitize my hands after touching inventory. There we go. So I talked about, God dang. 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry about that. There we go. Yeah, there's something right in the corner of my darn eye. Let me make sure we got that chat working too. Looks like I broke the chat by doing that. Don't even know how. Gosh. There we go. So, I made it a point to work out more this week than I normally have, and start getting a little more geared in on the things that bring me personal happiness. So I went and played some disc golf. I did some rock climbing, focused on strength and core strength training this week as well. I've talked about it before. I want to look my best before eBay open, because you never know. There's a higher chance there than anywhere else to find a partner who enjoys reselling. But then on top of that, I also spent additional time working on editing and improving my craft in that area, and then trying to strengthen and improve the quality of relationships and friendships that I have here and abroad as well. So I went out my way to try and improve my life situation beyond just going and generating revenue and making money for myself. And I understand that can be difficult. You know, it's a little bit difficult to get out of your comfort zone and your box and do new things and stuff like that. But guys, today, you know what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about accountability. And I know that's not a fun topic. Nobody ever wants to look deep in within themselves and hold themselves to the scrutiny that we easily find ourselves holding other people to, often and casually. Someone had posted up on their timeline, they said that, could a person learn integrity over time? And it was a very thought-provoking question for me. And it was something that, you know, I was just casually scrolling through and I saw. And I realized, and I've known this for a while, that I did lead a life that was lacking integrity for quite a long time. It wasn't until about 2 years ago that I made the conscious decision to try and be a better person. Consciously deciding to be a better person. Really let that sink in. Like I said, it's very easy to have the critical eye of other people and the actions that they do, and then even find yourself in a position where you might even be a bit skeptical. You might even be a conspiracy theorist about some of the things that are going on around you. And it's very difficult at times to discern between fact and fiction, because no one ever wants to admit that their own theory could possibly be wrong. The perception of the reality that we have through our eyes could in some way be false. And when it is false, when it turns out to be false, that means that we are also wrong. And that the things that we have been saying to other people are also wrong because we are regurgitating falsehoods. And I see it happen often. And it's a very disgusting trait and characteristic to have, the inability to learn and grow regardless of the age that you are at. So the question posed was about integrity. And yes, I did lead a very troubling life previously, to where I made a lot of bad decisions and I wasn't conscious of those around me. And that's why I am in a position now where I do everything in my power to be as selfless as possible. I attempt always to be generous with my time, with my finances, with my energy, and with my efforts to those who are in need. Our Patreon program is obviously a funded program that allows me to be here, but I've said it before, and maybe you've never heard it, but I'll say it again. We do not turn our back on anyone who needs our assistance. If you cannot afford to pay, but you are interested in learning more and you need our help and support, we welcome you to contact us, and we will be gracious to open up our doors to you and provide you with the help and service that you need to get your business off the ground until you're in a position where you are able to contribute to the program. And if that day never comes, we will never ask you for back pay. We will never ask you for anything else. Being a person of integrity now is very important to me, and I feel that it's important to share that lesson with other people. Now, it goes without saying, and you guys know this already if you know me well, that I am not a Christian, and I don't want these things being said on Easter of all days to be perceived as me spreading the Christian gospel or Christian values, but it goes without saying that Christianity does have a heavy role in ensuring that society plays fairly as a whole, that people treat each other good, and that people hold themselves to a higher standard. And that's what the moral of today's story is. It's about holding ourselves to a higher standard. Do not accept subpar performance from yourself. Ask yourself, have I tried my hardest? Ask yourself, the people that you are watching and the people that you are listening to and the people that are offering you guidance, such as myself, are they trying their hardest? And what is the motivation for the things that they are doing? It goes without saying there's many false prophets in this world that are motivated by mammon. What is that? Mammon is anything that you can worship more than God himself. Okay? And now, again, I'm not a Christian. I've said this before. But there are people who worship money to that tier. There's people who worship, money, sex, anything that they can put at that level, they will worship that way. So I ask all of you to be mindful of where you get your information and mindful of the motivation behind those people. The money here simply allows me to do the things that I want to do and to be able to help those who want to be helped, when I could be doing the other things that help pay the bills. So please look deep into what you are doing as a person and ask, could I do more? And ask, am I capable, or is it possible that the things that I thought that I was doing selflessly, that I may actually have a motivation behind? And it's tricky, especially here in America of all countries. America, the country where we do nice things and we pat ourselves on the back and then we post it online. I saw a post the other day of a gentleman talking about how he paid $15, or he asked a company to pay $15 to provide a pizza for a homeless man on the street. And it was a very nice thing that he did, of course, but honest to God, it's the things that we don't talk about that should be the metric of who we are as a person. The generosity that we do silently and that we do not ask for anything back in exchange. Other basic concepts like you reap what you sow. And obviously it's Easter Sunday, but planting those good seeds of positivity and effort and goodwill and good faith into other people, and going out of your way to help those, whether they ask for the help or not, is important. And do it without asking for thanks, and do it without expecting thanks. But there is nothing wrong there's nothing wrong with going out and doing good things and expecting good things in return to happen to you. And finally, I need to ask all of you to look deep within yourself and ask yourself, are you okay with where you are at now because of the journey that you took to get here? And I really want you to think about that. A lot of us find ourselves very, very complacent with where we are now because we understand the journey and the struggle and the process that it took for us to get here. And we say, man, I understand that things aren't the best, but think about where they were before. And we've gotten to the top of our ladder, and we are comfortable at the top of our ladder because it provides us with the things that we need. But oftentimes we are very afraid to take that next step up or build our ladder higher or look at someone else's ladder without being envious or without being jealous and say, you know what, they've done it too. I can do it as well. Opposed to saying, I can't believe they were able to do that. It's almost unfair that they did that and I haven't. So ask yourself, can I add a few more rungs to my ladder this week? Can I push things farther? Am I going to be accountable for my own actions? And lastly, don't be okay with being okay. Really think about that this week, guys. This week we're going to be really pushing the bar. I'm going to be working on a very special shoot. I may not have a Wednesday video. You know what? Screw it. I'll make a Wednesday video. It might be a briefer one, but I'm working on a very special project, and hopefully it'll be ready by Sunday this week. It will require another 20 or 30 hours of editing. If you didn't see last week's video regarding iPad training, please check it out. If you haven't done so yet, please like our video tonight. This is our final thoughts for the night. Also, please make sure you subscribe. And one last little thing, we're going to shoot out some confetti for the lovely people who decided to super chat us this evening. I believe we had Robin, and we also had Mr. Cheesehead Treasures, and Robin were the two to donate. Thank you to our newest subscribers, Cookie Man and Lee N. This has been the Sunday Reseller Roundup for April 21st. April 21st, 2019, coming at you live from beautiful Bakersfield, California. Those of you who have never sat around to the outro of my show, be prepared to be amazed. This is version number 10 of the outro. This is the final version of this outro. I update this outro every single week to make it a little bit cheekier and a little bit different. This is the one to see. This is the final one and the last time you will ever see it on this show. It will be uploaded to my YouTube page at 11 p.m. tonight as a standalone video with no ads on it whatsoever, just as a little thank you to you. This is my opportunity to express to you my appreciation for sticking around through the monotony and nonsense of the Elliott management, of the shareholder letters, of this, that, and the other, and giving me the platform that has allowed me to do one of the things that I love more than anything else, and that is to be able to help people like you. Please enjoy this outro, the last time you will ever see it on my show. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all those who are patrons of the show. Your generosity is truly appreciated. I'll see you next Sunday. And remember, if you don't make that money, someone else will. Have a great day. Well, hello to you. Thank you for coming to my brand new outro. Those of you who don't know, I am not the best at editing, so we have this green screen and we're gonna make the best of it, so away we go. Just think of all the things that you could be doing right now other than watching this outro. All the places you could be, people you could be talking to. Maybe even things you could be buying and selling. But here we are, watching a ridiculous outro for no reason at all. Whoa! Isn't that exciting? Look where we're going. Wow, we've ended up here. So yeah, the whole purpose of this outro is to be able to say thank you to you, the people who help support this program. So thank you to our base level patrons. I truly appreciate it. Whoa, we're going someplace new now. Holy cow, look where we are now. Thank you to our next level of patrons. I really appreciate it. We got one more stop to go. Will anyone be there? Let's go. Here we are. Hey, look at that. Thank you. Again, I appreciate it. Thank you to all of you. Have yourself a wonderful day. See you next week.
Jay's been far, far too nice about Patreon. How about you do the smart thing and sign up. You don't want Mr. Quacker to get angry. Do ya?